CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ, the Old Friends Net. Time for the Sunday edition of the Old Friends Get Together. This is W4MEC Unit Control for today. Finally, after the first 2 Sundays when I was supposed to do it and I didn't, so I'm finally here. Got 2 more to go after this. Anyway, Old Friends Net meets 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m., Sundays at 4 p.m. on this frequency, 3715. And this is our 27th year of operation. Matter of fact, the 31st, the Sunday, last Sunday this month, will be our 28th year anniversary. So, this is a great place to look for gear, sell stuff, buy stuff, find a bit bulky. That's something you need to fix something or tap into the buying trust as some of our members know. But while we're primarily focused on vintage equipment, we do allow the folks that can actually transmit an AM signal from some of their more modern radios. So everyone is welcome to participate. This is carried out in round table fashion mode, and I'll take check-ins and see everybody at the table, and we will go around and everybody needs to make a transmission or comment. Let's see, what else do we shoot next? Amplitude modulation. So here we go. Those wishing to participate, please give W4MEC a call. Come in.
Good afternoon, Charlie. WA4LL.
N4LQ.
KZ4B.
KG4IUQ.
WB4NKM.
K1BBC.
K3OS.
November 4 Alpha Kilo and 4 AK.
Only 4KR, I don't think you got me at the beginning, Charlie.
Okie dokie. All right, that's a good start. And I did get you, Stan. You double with Steve, but I got you. So far, this is what I've got. Dave, WA4LLR. Stan, W4KR. Steve, N4LQ. John, KZ4B. Mark, KD4IUQ. Reed, W2CQH. I think it's Larry, WB4NKM. John, K1BBC, pretty weak. Gary, K3OS. Brian, KM4R. Mir, WF2U, also weak. Glenn, N4AK. Any further check-ins for round 1? Come now, please.
K4JAL.
I got Jimmy JAL, but who was that last station? Very weak.
YRK.
Okay, I got YRK, but you're going to have to relay. He was unreadable here. Doesn't he have an amp? Turn your amp on. So, any further check-ins? Come now. Okay, we'll go with that. And one last time down the list, LLR, KR, LQ, 4B, IUQ, CQH, NKN, BBC, OS, 4R, 2U, AK, JAL, and Dave, K4Y. Hey, anyway, good afternoon, fellas, on this St. Patty's Day. I hope everybody's wearing green, and I'm not. I got blue on, so if you're not wearing green, self-inflict a noogie into your shoulder there. So I think that's the thing you're supposed to do, whack somebody in the shoulder. So Anyway, and let's see what else. This is my 45th wedding anniversary today, and after this many years, we know not to go out and celebrate on our anniversary, so we go out on the day before, which we did yesterday. We're going up the Black Mountain to our favorite restaurant, so. And then we hunker down here at the house and let everybody else get drunk and drive on the road, so. Let's see. And we have a question posted by Steve. I hope you saw it all. And the question was, with some multiple choice answers, but the question was, what happens when you put diodes in your feed line, in your balance feed line, I'm assuming, your window line or your ladder line? What is the result? And I don't have all the distractors. Maybe Steve, when he gets there, will go down the list and what the possible choices are for those that didn't read the email. So we'll let him revitalize that thing. So let's get started with Dave, WA4LLR in the group, W4MEC.
All right, Charlie. W4MEC. The old band's WA4LLR. On a very less than optimum band condition. Quite a bit of QSB, and a lot of the signals are not strong. But anyway, we will press on. We've got 62 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy up here in the mountains today. We've had quite a bit of sunshine, but it's clouding up now. And I guess we're in for a little spell of cold weather. We've been spoiled by the warm temperatures, but I reckon tomorrow night it's supposed to get down in the low 20s. So I hate that for all the stuff that's really bloomed out so pretty. Enjoyed the Sevierville Ham Fest yesterday. Pretty good turnout. The buildings were the most full that I've seen them yet at Sevierville. And pretty good boneyard, so enjoyed that. Enjoyed seeing a lot of the folks down there. So Stan, here it comes. Oh, W4KR, WA4LLR.
All right, Dave, thank you. WA4LLR. This is W4KR in Walhalla. Well, first of all, Charlie, congratulations on number 45. Attaboy. Number 45 and number 28 coming up the end of the month. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Longevity pays, no question. John and I got into that mode about a while ago about let's just stay home on anniversary day. It comes up in May. And we feel we're all the better for it the next morning, I'll put it that way. We just stay home. And we got a text early this morning from our younger son, who's been in Australia for the last 3.5 weeks. And Friday morning they flew from Brisbane to over to Perth, and then they were going to get on a ride from a Qantas flight from Perth non-stop back to London. But Qantas bumped a whole bunch of people. This was a Boeing 787-900, the new big one, the new Dreamliner. They bumped a bunch of people off of that flight, claiming that weather conditions would be such that they couldn't take a full load, which sure sounded strange. But that's what they were telling them. So they get to spend an extra day in Perth, which is okay because they got some friends there too. So that should be okay. Conditions here about like yours, Dave. Temperature here is 64, and it's clear, but it looks like there are clouds are coming, and it's going to cool off just as you described. Sorry to hear that. With that, Steve, here it comes, and I'm curious about the diodes. N4LQ, this W4KR.
Okay, yes, Stan, W4KR, N4LQ. Roger on that, and congratulations, Charlie, on the 45th. And we're coming up on our 56th anniversary. I was married at a young age. I was 18. Matter of fact, I was even born at a young age. Anyway, on the question, so far we haven't gotten any guesses, but if you look at the email, just simply rectify the feed line. Just put a rectifier in series with the feed line, and I did this. I used one big enough. It's I think it's rated for an amp, maybe 2 amps, and 1,000 volts. And I put one on each side of my feed line. They're facing opposite directions, so I'd catch the AC both directions. I don't think it matters which way you turn them. It's going to get rectified anyway. And I did it on a loop antenna. I don't know about a dipole antenna if it would matter. But one of these 7 answers is definitely true, and there is actually one more that's really true. And I'd appreciate it if everybody would look at these. If you didn't get the email, number 1 is no change from normal. Number 2, SWR goes way up, but the tuner can compensate for it. Number 3, it won't tune on any band. And number 4, it loads just like the diodes are not even there. And number 5, all I can work now is Washington, D.C., and D.C. being Washington direct current. Number 6 received intermod from radio stations and garbage. That's pretty much across the bands. And number 7, that changed the directional pattern of the antenna because it's got DC instead of AC on it. That's the thinking anyway. So there's 2 or 3 answers there that are correct, and we'll see what happens. If you would, look them over and let me know what you think. On we go to John, KZ4B. I'm sure you didn't get the email, but there you go. N4LQ. Go ahead, John.
Okay, N4LQ in the group. This is KZ4 Bravo. Fine business, Steve. I only copied about half of that. Conditions here are horrible. Absolutely horrible. I mean, normally you blow my receiver off the desk, and I only copied about half of that transmission between heavy QS Baker, weak signals, and my next door neighbor's cursed solar system that's noisy as hell. If I sound a little crabby, it's because I am. Conditions are just horrible. So I'm going to take this opportunity and sign out because it's just not going to work on this end. I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for calling the net there, Charlie. And happy birthday. 45. Boy, I'd love to be that young again. I am 77 going on 78. So color me envious if you can hear me. So on that note, I'm going to say 73. I will not be listening because I can't hear anything, and I'll pass it on over. So for IUQ in the group, this is KZ4B clear and not listening.
Thank you very much, John. This is KG4IUQ, Mark in Shelby. I'm just going to make a guess about the question, what happens when you rectify your feed line. I think you get interference, I think you might produce interference, harmonics, but the answers that are listed are receive intermod from radio stations and garbage. Don't really know, but that's my guess. The band conditions seem like they're pretty, it's down a bit. Charlie, congratulations on your wedding anniversary. That sounds nice there. It's a good thing to be married. Dave, LLR, your signal is good. And Stan, I think your signal's good too. And definitely Steve, you know, you're just 3 or 4 miles away at the most from me, and I hear you very well. And John, KZ4B, the signal was rather weak. I'm going to turn it over now to Reed, W2CQH in the group. This is KG4IUQ.
W2CQH from WB4NKM. Thank you, Reed. Well, name here is Larry. QTH is Wise, Virginia. Copying everybody up here. I see. It seems like the band's stretched out because I'm getting a lot of stations full scale here at my QTH and hearing everybody pretty good. Running a Johnson Ranger 1, driving a Maritron 811 amplifier, receiving on a Hammerlin HQ170A receiver, and we're running about 150 watts carrier into a homebrew end fed up about 50 feet. Okay, Charlie, congratulations on your 45th. I got married in 72. It's too many years to figure up, so I do remember when I got married, though. I may have you beat a little bit. Dave, you got a great signal up here. Sounding real good, and the weather here, we've got 56 degrees right now. It's a little windy, but there's a lot of clouds and sun. So it's a pretty day outside. It's just a little nippy. So I guess I'll turn it back down to John, K1VVC, WB4NKM.
Yeah, very good, Larry. WB4NKM. And the group K1VVC. Signals are a little strange today. I don't know when the mines, I know Charlie said, I think the mines seemed a little weak. And, but Larry, you were absolutely booming any of the strongest signals, so who can figure? And I'm surprised I don't hear clip on here yet. Nothing exciting to talk about here. Beautiful day. Did some work in the garage, trying to straighten stuff up. Never-ending battle. Turn it over to you, Garrett. Hope you're doing well. K3OS from K1VVC.
Okay, John. Thank you very much. K1VVC on the group. Carrier up here. K3OS. Okay. Well, I'll echo the sentiment. Conditions here are pretty marginal, but copying most everybody. Wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. We've got some corned beef and cabbage cooking as we speak here for later on this evening. Running the Kenwood twins into an amplifier about 120 watts carrier of output. And I'm not going to hold it too long because of the conditions here. So let me, Steve, I haven't a clue. The answer to your question. I haven't a clue. So I'll listen and see what the actual answer really is. Brian, down to you. KN4R, K3OS.
Okay, Gary, very good. K3OS in the group. KN4R, Brian, Cheryl's Ford. We're at 70 degrees. Sunny and breezy. Beautiful day out there. Happy St. Patty's Day. Charlie, happy 45th anniversary. John thinks you're only 45, so that's pretty good. John, KZ4B. And let's see. Yeah, the man is a little weird. Brown texted me saying he could hear just a few people, but he couldn't hear NCS. So he's going to wait until the midpoint and see if he can change a little bit. So anyway, I'm on the 350, about 200 watts now, into an in-bed, listening on the old HRO. I need to check the old HRO tubes because signals aren't as strong as they usually are. So over to you, Mir. WF2U in the group, KN4R.
Roger, KN4R, this is WF2U. Well, good afternoon, everybody. And the little noise until stop. Copy maybe 80%. I'll keep it short, just in case, because I'm not running out of time. I'm using the Johnson receiver for the phone. And because it has a separate vehicle, so it's quite putting a 50-watt carrier plus modulation. So should be kind of, I hope it's copyable. The temperature is getting on here. Rained a little bit in the morning. According to the report, but signals of raging from during floods.
Charlie, did you turn it to me?
Yeah, Glenn, go ahead. He did turn it to you.
Okay. I was copying Mir about 50% of the time. I wasn't sure. Temperature here at sunset is 71 degrees. Make sure I have it. 71 degrees, a beautiful day. The rig here is the Johnson 500 5RP, receiving on a National 183 Delta. I'm sorry I couldn't copy Reed because he probably had the answer to the question, and I have no idea, but it's an interesting question that you posed there, since diodes, I guess, mainly block voltage, and I guess current goes, but I don't know the answer. I'm interested to hear the answer on that. In memory of one of our members, N4TIR, Mark Thompson, passed away in March of 2018. He didn't get on the air very much, but he was always at the luncheons. And I have a question. Has anybody ever cracked open an ICOM 706? I think I probably left the antenna on mine, but I looked on the schematic and it has a HPF board, whatever that means. And there's a diode and a filter circuit that blocks different frequencies. And my ICOM 706 is dead on between 2 to 4 megahertz. So that should be the diode or something. I wonder if anybody's ever cracked a 706. got the guts to try. Just a question. Passing it on to you, Jimmy. K4JAL, N4AK.
N4AK in the queue. Well, I hope everybody's hearing me better than I'm hearing you. I think somebody put a couple of diodes on my feed line. Got a lot of SWR. I'm wearing red today in honor of the British. When I lived in London, the Irish were blowing up. They blew up Harrods about 30 minutes after I left that place. I'm still not over that. So I'm not Irish. Hope I don't offend anybody by that. And there you go. I think I'm supposed to turn it over to N4YRK. I think that's what Charlie said. I can't hear him. Here it comes, N4YRK, K4JAL.
Back to you, Charlie.
Okay, I heard him pop in and out, but I didn't know what he was saying. So, anyway, K4YRK in the group, W4MEC and the Old Friends Net. Do we have any late check-ins that would like to join us? Come now.
W9IXX.
I got Phil, W9IXX. Anyway, we got you on the list there. You're a little weak too, but go ahead and make a transmission. You will be after, if you copy him, K4YRK on the next go around, you'll be after him, Phil. Go ahead and make a transmission and turn it back to me.
Okay, this is whiskey. I guess I'm not going to share it. Now they just copied most. I copy you three, but that's about it. So it's still experimenting. I moved the antenna. So I think I'm a little better, but I got a terrible hum now. So back to you, and I'll try to listen.
Okay, Bill, good. W9IXX, W4MEC, and the Old Friends group. And Phil is a fella to the folks that are due to him, or vice versa. He checks in every once in a blue moon or two, and he lives right down there off of Highway 9 in South Carolina, below Columbus and above Boiling Springs in that general area there. And it's got him a pretty nice station, still working on his antennas. Sorry about the hum. Sounds like a couple people need to invest in one of those noise reducers like the MFJ make and other company that makes those steerable noise reduction units that require a sense antenna. Anyway, I really didn't hear any. I missed the comments on the answer to Steve's question, and I don't know it either. I take a guess that it caused a tremendous amount of rectified signals coming in and acting like when you have a downspout, a gutter on your house, and it's rusted and corroded at the joints, so it acts like a diode, and you start picking up all kinds of crap from that, and it also causes QRM from your transmitted signal, re-radiating it and from the gutter system. So I'm going to say that maybe the diodes cause you to get a lot more QRM coming in. Acting like a crystal radio, pumping it right in your receiver. And I have not cracked open a 706 to look in that, but I've done many ICOM rigs, and I think I know the circuits you're talking about. It's on one of them is on the antenna, and there's like a tunable coil, and there's something else right there on the receive line after the TR switch going into the thing. So one band out is either you smoke the inductor or you've lost the steering diodes that select that particular band pass filter. That's just a pretty common problem in a lot of those rigs when they work on all the bands except one. And sometimes it can cause issues where it works on the same band, it works on more than one band, meaning it cuts in more than one filter and you lose sensitivity. So anyway, hopefully that's all it was a couple of steering diodes. And with that, but okay. Yeah, it is. If John is still leaving, 45 years old for me was 36 years ago, so I'm not 45 years old anymore. So I don't know if I want to go back, but I guess it would be nice for a day or two. Anyway, so let's go around at least one more time with Dave, WA4LLR, and the group W4MEC.
All right, Charlie. W4MEC. WA4LLR. Okay, well, I think the signals are coming up a little bit. And I didn't mention it on the first go-round, but congratulations on 45 years. Let's see, if we make it to June 26th, it'll be 54 for us. And Steve, like Gary said, I don't have a clue, but I'm thinking that Charlie's got a point on that rectification and unwanted signals coming in. But now I could be, that's just my guess. Stan, fine business on the kids being an extra day in Perth. I had a friend in Perth that we used to work each other every Saturday for years on 20 meters tread. VK6GE. I'm sure he's a silent key now, but that was a lot of fun. Sorry about the band conditions. Mark's very weak. Reed's very weak. Thanks for the signal report, Larry. You're sounding good down here, too. And John, glad you got a pretty day down there. Gary, the twins sound good. Brian, you're really strong up here. Humming along. Very little copy on mirror, if any. And Glenn, sorry about the 706. I've got one, but I've never had to prise the top off. And Jimmy's honoring the Brits on St. Patty's Day. Well, let's see. I'll forgive you. One side of my family is Scot-Irish, more Scot than Irish. The other side's German, so I'm a strange mix. Dave is, I can just barely tell who it is, and good afternoon to Phil. Space weather doesn't seem to be the main factor. Our sunspot count 67, solar flux index is 144, and the K is a 0.67. So the geomagnetic field is pretty steady, but evidently we just don't have the propagation. A few things from this day in history. On this day, 1992, the vote to end apartheid in South Africa took place. On this day, when was that? Nope. Sorry about that. On this day in 2005, for you sci-fi fans, Andre Norton, that wrote more than 130 sci-fi novels, passed away. And I grew up reading Andre Norton and Isaac Asimov and Arthur Clarke and on and on and on. On this day in 1969, Golda Meir became the fourth Prime Minister of Israel. On this day in 1958, the first solar-powered satellite, Vanguard 1, was launched from Cape Canaveral, weighed less than 4 pounds, and it kept transmitting until 1964. And let's see what else. There's not much more going on unless there's a few golfing fans. 1902, Bobby Jones became the first player to achieve a Grand Slam. So that's enough of that. Okay, on around we go. W4KR, WA4LR.
WA4LLR, W4KR. Okay, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Dave, you went anywhere from an S3 where you were Q5 because you got good audio on that puppy, all the way up to 10 over 9 and back and forth, and it's just a weird day, a weird time, no question at all. Anyway, let's see. Let's get back to Charlie for a second. Charlie, on May the 8th, it will be number 59 for us. May 8th will be number 59, so we're chugging along. It's amazing how the last 5-10 years, the calendar seems to move a lot faster than it used to. I expect that's not unique here, though. One thing I forgot to mention on the first transmission, and Glenn, you'll like this. I've got a different receiver on the table today. This is my old favorite, the NC183D. Over the last couple months, there's been an NC303 sitting here, and my 75A4 was here. The HRO60 I had on a couple weeks ago, and it's okay, but it still needs some work. And it's a 183D, and without question, this is the receiver for AM on 75 meters. No question. This is the one. It's going to stay here. The others are still here, but in fact, if somebody's looking for an NC303 or an NC300, we have product that can go out the door. What else was I going to mention? I was going to mention something else, and Mirror. You had a real nice strong carrier here, but the audio was modulation level was pretty low, and that took you out of the picture. So with that, Steve, here it comes. Like Mirror, like Reed said, I don't have a clue, but I'll be interested in seeing what the answer is. I don't know whether that can be a positive thing, but who knows. Always ready to learn something. And 4LQ in the Old Friends Group, W4KR and 73. See everybody Tuesday.
Could be a positive thing depending on which way the diode is turned. This N4LQ, and real fine. You guys are talking about the number of years you were married, and from what I can tell, a lot of these newer generation is not even bothering to get married, so I don't know what they're doing. They probably don't celebrate much. As far as St. Patrick's Day, most of that stuff is just rumor tradition that's handed down to try to promote themselves, so I don't pay a bit of attention to tradition. I do pay attention to the Bible, but not that. And this morning when I got up, I had no idea it was St. Patrick's Day, and if I had thought about it, I would deliberately have avoided green like I always did. But I picked out a red shirt and a pair of blue jeans because that's the first thing that I saw. And I wore a short sleeve shirt today, which is kind of a new thing. Kind of feels good to be out sitting in the sun with your no sleeves. And if you got hum coming in, what you can do is put a rectifier in series with your antenna. And maybe even put a capacitor across your antenna. That'll probably get rid of all the hum. So I didn't get to hear Reed. I didn't get to hear Mir, 2 week, and so forth. Now, I'll go down the list here real quick. And the problem is I did not test everything. I did not test for directional properties. And I didn't test to see if it had any effect on me transmitting garbage. It very well could have. And Mark had a good point on that. And I think Mark and Charlie are probably right, and some others. But number one, no change from normal is obviously not true. It did change things from normal. Number two, the SWR did not change a bit. And I tried this on several bands, and my SWR stayed at 1-to-1 after the tuner did its thing without the diodes, and then I put the diodes in, and it just totally made no difference at all in SWR, which surprised me. I thought they'd really messed something up. So number 2 is not right. Number 3 is not right. Number 4, loads just like the diodes are not there. Well, that's true as far as loading goes. Nothing changed. And working Washington, D.C., I don't know. I didn't work anybody with them. Number 6 is true. On 160, all I got was junk. And I tried to listen to the AM broadcast band, and it was total gibberish across the entire band. Just a mess of trash. That's all I can say. And all across the spectrum, there were places where there was tremendous hum. And below the broadcast band, it was just one big, loud hum. I don't know where the hum's coming from. It must be rectifying power line noise or something. But it tells me that if you got any rectification going on anywhere in the antenna system, you're subject to be picking this stuff up. As far as number 7, directional pattern being changed, I do not know. I kind of doubt it, but I don't know. So there you go. I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm surprised that it actually works at all. So let's see, IC706, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what your question was there, Glenn. I kind of missed part of that. And Glenn, your signal was fine, but my mind isn't. So anyway, let's see if, now Brian said he may not be here, so we'll listen for him anyway. Let's see. Oh, KG4IUQ goes to Mark because John said 73s. Go ahead, Mark, N4LQ.
Thank you very much, Steve. This is Mark, KG4IUQ. Believe it or not, Steve, I had some QSB on you, and you're so close to me, just maybe 3 or 4 miles away, I believe. I'm not sure, but not very far that you are from me. I kind of guess I got lucky because maybe 30 minutes before the net, I saw an article that I think might be related to what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. It may not even be. I haven't had a chance to read it that closely, but in electric radio, there was an article by a man who I used to be in a radio club with, W4MEW. He had written an article about something called the 100% argon sit, and just something in there sounds like what we're talking about with a rectified antenna. He's talking about a part of a line that has a diode, and there's a neon bulb supposed to light up, and it's supposed to be, according to Chuck Teeters, it was the best generator of TVI that a ham could connect to his transmitter, but you know, I don't really know if it's quite the same thing. I'm going to turn it over to, I think, Reed W2CQH in the group. This is KG4IUQ.
WCQH, your turn if you're still with us. Go ahead.
And I'm trying to drive up to the AWA conference in Chicago this weekend. And the LC's going to be there. 180 typical miles over that dangerous I-85 highway. So
Okay, Reed, W2CQH, WB4NKM. Copied everybody that round, and it seems like a few of you were talking about QSB. I'm not seeing that on my end. It's everybody's holding a good steady signal. So whatever's causing the QSBs down on your end, fellas. Weird conditions. I don't have very much noise level. The noise floor is kind of low. Knock on wood here, but I'm enjoying it. Some of the signals are full scale and some of them are half scale. So I guess it's according on how far away you are from me. But enjoying all the signals coming in here today. Glenn, the Johnson 500 sounds excellent. You're full scale up here. Jimmy, I copy you good up here too, if you're hearing me down there. And I had to get another piece of paper, wrote another call down. Copied the guy in Knoxville. Phil, you got a real good signal, W9IXX. I think you're in South Carolina. You're sounding good here in Virginia. Still windy here. I don't know what that's going to bring into us, and clouds are rolling through. But we'll hang in here and see what happens, I guess. K1VCC, WB4NKM.
Yeah, very good. WB4NKM from K1VVC. And Reed, if you're still happy to be listening, 85 is not 100% yet, but they have improved it a lot. It's much, much better than it's been for the past couple of years. So be careful anyhow. If you want to take a break on the drive up or back, let me know and stop by here. I know you've been here before, and it'd be good to see you again. I'm not planning on going to the meet this year, since they changed the time of the auction from the afternoon to the evening. The auction is half the size, and used to really enjoy the auction. Gary, I wonder if you're planning on going. K3OS, K1VVC.
Sorry, John, give me that. What was that question again?
I wonder if you're going to the AWA meet.
I'm sorry, we've got plenty of QSB. One more time, please.
Okay. Wonder if you're going to the AWA meet on this weekend, Friday.
No, I got it. No, I'm not. It'd be fun to do, but no. No, that's not in a plan book at the moment. But there it goes. Sounds a little fun. Sounds fun. Anyway, I think I'm going to bow out on this round, guys, and go outside while the weather is pretty nice up here. Get a little walk in, which I didn't do earlier. I've got a rig or two open on the bench, and I really want to see if I can't close up on a couple of those things to see if we can get some of those puppies on the air. So I'll bid everybody a very good St. Patrick's Day. Charlie, happy anniversary. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Let's see. Down to KN4R. If he's not there, it's over to you, Mayor. K3OS.
I guess he's not here.
He's not here.
Okay, this is WF2. Okay, well, we have a little bit of a glitch here. Looks like the G76 does not like my D104. I just swapped mics. The D104 works nicely in the DX100. I switched it to a Shure 444D, and lo and behold, I have full modulation, I believe. That's really strange. So anyway, signals are variable. I'm putting out about 50 watts carrier, plus the modulation looks sort of normal on the meter. And the antenna is the end-fed half wave for 80 meters. I'm going to keep it short just in case there are some people who are still not copying me. But signals are coming up. And Brian could disappear. I guess Brian signed. Who else is here? So Glenn is next. I believe Glenn is still here. So N4AK, and whoever can give me a report, please do. This is WF2U.
Okay, Mir, WF2U, November 4, Alpha Kilo. Well, that round you sounded good. Before with the mic, your modulation was so low I couldn't copy you. I could see you carry it there. But anyway, sounds real good now to me. Anyway, as a matter of interest, maybe some of you people that dabble in digital imaging, slow scan is very good on 20 meters in the afternoons now. For instance, Europe will come in and you can copy P5 signals. That means a perfect picture. And slow scan frequency is 14.230. A lot of people still don't know when they do image. But if you ever want to try slow scan, you can download the free program that's the best one. It's MMSS TV. Mike, Sugar TV. So anyway, and I agree with Stan, W4KR. I've tried many receivers, including the 390s and all, but as far as listening to AM in the pure enjoyment of listening to AM and tuning, the National NC 183 Delta cannot be beat. So, and only had one response from the Mind Trust on the ICOM 706. So anyway, any takers on helping repair that sucker, let me know. I think that there was one. Richard's not on today, but I think there was an ICOM 706 maybe for sale. I don't know what the price is. Probably be cheaper than repairing one. Anyway, Jimmy to you. Copied you just fine here. K4JAL, if you're still here, N4AK.
N4AK, K4JAL. Well, Glenn, I couldn't help you at all on that ICOM. It sounds like the thing to do is just buy you another one if you really like it. Larry, you're coming in down here gangbusters. You're one of the strongest signals here. Thanks for the signal report. And Mir, you did come up to readability that time. You were 8 over 5. Pretty good, I guess. I didn't get to go to Sevierville. The gas guy came and had to hook the plumbing up for my generator, so I missed Sevierville. I hate that. I go to the ones that are easy to go to, and I missed that one, so I don't know what's next. Okay, over to N4YRK, K4JAL. I'll say 7-3, guys.
transmitting. W996, you still there?
Yeah, affirmative. Copy.
Yeah, go ahead and make a transmission. Turn back to me.
Okay, great. Copy. Yeah, it's W996. Wow, signals have really changed. When I first transmitted or listened to you guys, for the noise is terrific. And large amount of signals. And the starting the Dave and Dan down the line also. It's like they made a transmission, and apparently cleared up what was ever going on. So the noise is down, the hum is fairly detectable. I had just put up that antenna back up and had not transmitted on it or anything. So maybe it was just a little corrosion or something, and once I transmitted, it cleared everything up. So here, and Steve LQ is usually, and he's quite strong. Other than that, good signals now for everybody. So except YRK I didn't get, and that's basically it. Glenn, on your 706, now I didn't hear what was going on in the beginning, but really the guy to talk to is M3CZ, Vlado. Just give him a call or email, whatever. He's in QRZ. He's the guy to talk to, and he's done a lot of the 706s and so forth in repairs and everything. So I'm sure if you could just give him a call and tell him I said use with him. So anyway, with that, Charlie, I'm going to hand it back to you. It looks like you're getting close to things that I'm glad to hear everybody. Everybody that's stuff, thank you. And again, I'm in Green Creek, actually, North Carolina, right where almost where 9 goes into South Carolina. I'm in Green Creek area on Horn Road. So, okay, very good evening, or good afternoon, good evening, guys. W4MEC in the group, W9.
Charlie, could I have it a moment?
Go ahead, Glenn.
Phil, was that November 3, Charlie, Zulu, over?
Affirmative.
Thank you. Back to net control.
Okay, very good. So we'll do a quick 73 round. Let's see. Stan is gone, KR. John is gone. Gary is gone, AOS. Brian, N4R is gone. Let's see. I think Jimmy said 73 JAL. And I think YRK did too, but I couldn't hear him. So anyway, it's W4MEC and the old friends. And yes, that fellow's name, Glenn, is Vlad, and he's an excellent technician, and he can fix it. And he's right up here in Asheville, so not too difficult. They drop off. So, and if you want to have him fix it, we can work out a way I can get it to him. So we'll do a quick 73 round. Thanks for everybody that checked in. We'll look for you on Tuesday morning. So WA4LLR in the group, W4MEC.
All right. W4MEC and the group, WA4LLR. All right, fine business on everything. Conditions here are not improving that much. And Larry, you must be in the catbird seat, buddy, because it's not working that way for me here. But anyway, thanks for calling the net, Charlie. Again, happy anniversary. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend. 7-3, God bless. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Okay, WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, it's been a good net. It's been a little rough with the weak signals. Larry, it just amazes me up there in Wise, Virginia. Could hear W2CQH down there below Atlanta, and I couldn't copy a word. So that's Larry's got a good location, I think. Very the antenna is an in-fed half wave, but he really has a good QTH for DXing, I guess. And let's see, Glenn N4AK, W4WU Richard has the 706 Mark II that he wants to sell. I don't know if he still has it, but he did about a week ago. So you might check with Richard. That's about it from Shelby, North Carolina, 73s. And Mark, let's see, give me the name of that magazine. Was it Electric Radio where you saw that article? I'm interested. Over to you, KG4IUQ, N4LQ.
Thank you very much, Steve. This is Mark, KG4IUQ. The article I saw was in the March 1999 Electric Radio, number 119. The article was called The Gonset 100% R Modulation Monitor by W4MEW. I'm going to say again to Charlie, MEC, congratulations on your wedding anniversary. And to Dave, won't be long, June 26th, you will have been married 54 years. And what you said about the vote to end apartheid reminds me of a friend I had who lived in South Africa, and he told me a lot about how things had changed around Johannesburg, and it just reminds me of how if you change one thing, it may not make things better in all ways. You know, that sounds like a good thing. End apartheid, but a lot of things changed in that area. I mean, a lot of stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for the opportunity to participate in this net. I'm going to turn it over to, I believe it is, Reed, W2CQH in the group. This is KG4IUQ.
No, Reed checked out. It would. I don't know if Larry's still there. W4NKM.
Yeah, still in here. I'm still hearing everybody. As a matter of fact, everybody's came up. Mark, you're sounding great up here, and Steve, thanks a lot for the signal reports from the station. I am on a pretty high hill. I'm 2,500 feet. We call it a mountain, but it's not very high mountain. But I do have a good slope down that direction. And enjoyed being in here with everybody. We'll try to get in here to the next meeting. And thank you, Charlie, for calling it. I enjoyed it immensely. K1VCC, WB4NKM.
Yeah, you've almost got the call right, Larry. It's K1VVC, Victor Canada. It's been that way for 62 years now. It took me a while to figure it out. Enjoyed it very much. Charlie, thanks very much for running the net today. And I'll probably speak to you guys during the week. Not on the net on Tuesday or Thursday, but maybe throw each other some emails. Have a great weekend. And I think Gary checked out, maybe not. So I'll see. I know Brian's not there. K3OS, K1PVC.
No, he's gone. And if let's see, Mir, if you're still there, your turn. WF2U.
Well, Roger, I'm here. Let's see. W4MEC of the net. This is WF2U. Okay. Very good. Thanks, Charlie, for running the net. I'm sorry I used the microphone that this rig does not like in the beginning. And now I know from now on, whenever I use the G76, I'm going to use this mic. It's very strange. Anyway, signals started to come up a little bit. Larry was was just as strong as you are. And I don't know if anybody's still left here. He's still here, pick it up, and 73, have a good afternoon and a good week. Tuesday I might be here on the net. This is WFTU, 73.
Okay, Mir, and 73 to the net. And Charlie, thanks for calling it. Congratulations on your anniversary. And Mary and I have been married here 61 years. So the reason for our happiness is she's a great cook. Back to net control in 4AK.
Okay, Glenn, very good. N4AK in the group, W4MEC. Real good, fellas. And, yeah, Glenn, I've known Glad for quite a few years now. We kind of have a deal. He gets calls when people want him to fix tube gear, and he calls me, and I get calls for SMD stuff like that TS790 and that 718 I worked on. After that, I don't do SMD stuff anymore, so I send him it his way. So he's an excellent engineer and technician with a lot of great stories about growing, actually working in South Africa as an ICOM distributor. He's got some funny stories about selling that stuff down there. Anyway, thanks for everybody that checked in, and happy St. Patrick's Day for those who like to observe it, and happy whatever day if you don't. I don't care either way. I never really paid attention to it until I got married on that day, where it's turned into a problem. So celebrating. So anyway, that's just the way it is. We'll look for everybody on Tuesday morning, and hope you all are doing fine the rest of this afternoon. 7-3 all. W4 MEC is closing down the old Friends Net. Bye bye.
Happy anniversary, Charlie.